Good morning, class. Welcome to class. Welcome to class, Tommy. Welcome to class, Andrea. All right, on the board is the do now. Let's take a look at the board. We should get out your texts. Begin annotating. You'll have after the bell to complete this. So we should all have out our texts. We should all have out our pens. We should all be working silently, please. Thank you. All right. We should all be. Good morning, Tommy. Good morning, Billy. Good morning, Susie. Good morning, Andrea. Good morning, Filbert. Yeah, good morning. Good morning, Tom. Yeah. Yeah, so they work on it. Takes about 5 minutes, according to the timer. Yeah, I call them back with a countdown. All right, class, in 5 seconds. I need to see pencils down and eyes on me. 5, 4, 3, wrap up those sentences. 2, 1. Okay, tracking me. Everybody should be tracking me, please. All right, very good. Okay, for today, up here at the board, we have today's objective. Can I get a reader for today's? Yes, Tommy. Yeah, students will be able to show how Poe's structural choices contribute to the development and refinement of a central idea. Thank you, very good reading. Yeah, so once again, like yesterday, we're not going to see this for the last time. We'll see this again. This is going to relate to everything we talk about today. So, and also much like yesterday, I want you guys to turn and talk annotations on paragraphs 8 to 13, which you should have done for your do now. So we've done this before, the turn and talk, but you should turn to your partner at your table, and you guys can go ahead and exchange whatever annotations you made in your texts. Your partner has that you don't. You can record theirs. If there's any extra notes you want to add to theirs in the margin, you can exchange those thoughts there too. You guys will have 6 minutes to do that. Go ahead. Okay, so they go ahead and do that. Maybe I'm going around the class looking for things that they're annotating. All right, very good. That's great annotation. Okay, excellent. All right, class. I know we've been doing this for a few days, but you guys are looking great. I can see you've made a lot of progress in a few days. Keep it up. Okay, good work. Good work. All right. Okay, so 6 minutes later. All right, class, tracking me in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Everybody's tracking me. Great work. So, much like yesterday, we're going to do a lightning round, and you're going to tell me what you annotated and why. Okay, Phil, what did you annotate and why? I put a star on the word it because it's talking about the vulture eye. Yeah, very good. What did you get, Andrea? I put an exclamation point near the murder scene for a man who had watched the old man so carefully for days, he quickly kills him by pulling a bed over him. Yeah, right. So why did you do that? That was just shocking, the way he killed him. Yeah, very good. Tommy, what did you get? I put a box around the word shrieked. Yeah, very good. Did anybody else get any boxes? Yes. Billy. Yeah, I put a box around gaily. Okay, yeah, gaily. That's a very, maybe an older use of a word that we don't use as much today. Yes. What did you put a box around? Tommy. I need to make new names. Sorry. William. I put a box around ceased. Yeah, very good. So hopefully as we continue, we'll more familiar with this older language. Very good. So we're going to move on from that. Let's take a look up here at the board. This is the quick write of the day. So can I get a reader for that? Let me see. Can I get Ashley? Yeah. How do pose structural contribute to the development and refinement of a central idea? Yeah, so we talked about central ideas yesterday. So today we're talking about structural choice of the structure. So who can tell me maybe parts of structure? What's an example of structure in a short story like this? What do you think, Billy? I think structure is like the shape of it. Yeah, right. So that is part of it. So what do you look for when you're looking for structure? I want you to maybe expand on that. So what's the shape of it? Well, there's who's speaking. There's how long the paragraphs are. Yeah, those are other good examples. Can anybody else help out? What are some structural choices? Yeah, well, he does write it from the point of view of someone talking to someone, an unknown you. Yeah, it's also part of structure. Yeah, so all these things are going to relate to today's quick write, and we're going to keep this in mind as we work on today's lesson. So we're going to, much like yesterday, we're going to move into discussion pods here soon after I hand out the worksheet. So let me just pass this out. I want you to keep this quick write assessment in mind as we look at this text on paragraphs 8 through 13. So when I know yesterday we had a new spokesman and a new scribe, today we're going to once again move to counterclockwise within your tables. So whoever's one person clockwise to who was the spokesperson and scribe yesterday are the new spokesperson and scribe. The spokesperson should be ready to share out your thoughts, and the scribe should be writing down the researcher's thoughts. Okay. Everybody should have a handout, correct? Yes? All right, very good. So I'm going to give you guys some time to work on this. I'll be coming around the room looking for any questions you might have. Go ahead, you guys can get. All right. Okay, very good answers. Oh, class, I do want to point one thing out. I know you guys are lookers, but don't forget to continue to annotate the texts where you think it might be necessary. So don't only focus on the questions. You need to be also focused on annotating your text, just like we have been the last few days. I've seen how much better you've gotten the last few days, and let's keep that up. You guys can continue. Go ahead. All right. Yeah, good. All right, class, tracking me in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're getting very good at that. I love it. Okay, so a common question I've heard around the classroom today is, what is a scantling? Yeah, that's also a word we don't see very much today. So up here on the board, we have a picture of a scantling. Essentially, it's a big board or rafter that you would use when you put a frame in a house. And also this word plank. I know some of you might be a little less familiar with a plank too. That's also just a big long board, a long flat piece of timber. So these are all maybe parts of the house that he uses to cover up this dead body. All right, so while we're all together as a group, I want you guys to quickly, we're gonna go through the paragraph 8 questions. So I'll start over here. We're just gonna go around the room. So how does the narrator describe his movements in this paragraph? Can I get the spokesperson here? I think he describes his movements as bubblegum. Right. And did you find any evidence for that? What did you like what did you annotate as you might use as evidence later in this part? Well, I annotated this word bubblegum because I thought it related to what I just said. Yeah, that's it, exactly, bingo. All right, next group. So why does the narrator move in these ways? I think he moves in these ways because he's, kind of nervous. Right, so nervous, that's one word for it. Can I get maybe the thoughts of this group over here? Do you think he's nervous, or would you add to that? Well, I think he is nervous, but he's also, I think, going mad, and that's why he's moving that way. And you can see that from this evidence, the bubblegum evidence. Right, so yeah, would you agree with that? You said nervous. Would you expand upon that now that this group added to that? Well, yeah, I think actually he is kind of mad. Yeah, I guess that's also what I was trying to get at too. All right, very good. Thank you. And this group over here, let's take a look at number 3. What is the effect of Poe's use of repetition in this excerpt? Well, it creates an effect of making him sound like kind of nervous. Yeah, exactly. So what kind of words does he repeat? Well, most words are kind of emotional words. It makes him feel very anxious, very nervous. Yeah, that's a very good point. And this last group here. So what did you notice about the development of the central idea in this excerpt? Remember, this is a key point, guys. Central idea. What did you get? I thought the development was like bubblegum. Yeah, that's a very good point. That's exactly what we're talking about. So we talked about central ideas yesterday, and he noticed this one structure that is part of the central idea. So you might be able to use that later. Very good work. All right, I'm going to let you guys continue working. Go ahead. Okay, so I like pretty much the rest of class up until the quick write is doing this. It's a pretty long period of class, 15 minutes maybe. I might stop them one more time like I just did and go through a few of the questions, but not all of them. Okay, class, checking me in 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, I know you guys want to finish up, but tracking me, 1. Great. Okay, everybody's tracking me. So up here, we see today's quick write prompt. Can I get Philbert to read that for me, please? Yeah, how do Poe's structural choices contribute to the development and refinement of a central idea? Thank you. Yes, so we've seen this before. Hopefully you guys had a chance to think about this during our handout exercise in your discussion pods. So quickly, I want to look at this high performance response right here on the board. We should all be looking at this high performance response. So can someone share something they see from this high performance response that you might be able to use in today's? This is a response to yesterday's prompt. So what do you see? Yeah. Well, I see he talks about the narrator's point of view, which was one of the things we talked about in class. Yes, very good. So hopefully we're talking about things we already discussed in class. If we discussed it in class, it must be important enough to include in our quick write. Very good. Yeah, what did you get, Tommy? Yeah, I see lots of evidence. Right, yeah, so most of these have at least one piece of evidence from the text. Very good. What did you get, Ashley? Well, I see that they don't just use one sentence to explain their reasoning. They really go into detail. Right, yeah, they show detail. Very good. And what do you see, Tommy? Well, I see that the grammar is very good. There's no grammar mistakes. There are complete sentences. Yeah, very good. So we should always be using complete sentences, always be using proper grammar. Very good. So let's use those aspects of good writing in our quick response today. So we already had a chance to read it. You guys will have the rest of class to work on that. If you guys get done with that, you can, when you guys get done with that, please turn it in here. And you'll have the rest of class to continue working on the unfinished questions on your handout you received today. But that will be quiet and independent work. So there should be no talking until the bell. Are there any questions? All right, I hope we're very clear. We've had a great class today. Let's get to work on that quick write. Thank you.